This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, February 1st, brand new month, same old chill in the morning though. I'm Ray Collins. Stephanie Webb is off today, not feeling well. John Scalzi's in the corner coughing right now. You feel okay, John?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah?
Yeah, just I think an allergy thing.
Is that what it
Actually,
is?
yeah, more than anything, I think it's the allergies. Temperatures are starting to warm. I guess the flowers are happy. I don't know. But anyway, we're looking at some, a little bit warmer temperatures outside right now. Temperatures generally in the 50s most everywhere along the coastline. Even some mid-50s popping up on the board this morning with 55 degrees in, excuse me, Inglewood. Longboat Key coming in at 57, 51 in Parrish, Bradenton, 52, Lakewood Ranch. This is about 10 degrees warmer than it was 24 hours ago, so that's nice. As far as any kind of rain showers go, nothing out there this morning to bother your morning commute. Everything looks good in that regard. We're looking at a temperature, generally speaking, that will continue to fall for a few hours, so maybe around 7 o'clock we'll have a 49-degree temperature, and then we'll head into the 70s as we head into the afternoon. Back to you.
All right, thank you, John. Checking first alert traffic right now. Our map is zoomed in tight for some reason on one particular area at 3:01. We'll check back with that in about 15 minutes. 5:01 right now. More healthcare options are coming to the Suncoast. Doctors Hospital Sarasota will open a new emergency room on March 26th at a new location. It'll be south of State Road 70 and just east of I-75. The 11,000 square foot ER will provide 24-hour, 7-day-a-week, board-certified emergency physician coverage, along with X-ray, CT scan, ultrasound, and lab services. Continuing coverage now on that South Florida nursing home that lost air conditioning during and after Hurricane Irma. Yesterday marked day 3 of the hearing against the rehab centers of Hollywood Hills as they try to keep their operating license. You might recall a dozen patients died in the heat. First responders took the stand, telling the judge that the temperature outside was cooler than the temperature inside the building.
It was pretty apparent to us, that the staff wasn't doing their job, because if they had been, this wouldn't have escalated to this scale.
Eventually, patients were wheeled out and taken to a nearby hospital. That hearing continues today. Your voter information may soon be shared with other states. That's under a bill approved by the Florida House. The goal is to make sure people aren't registered in other states. The bill would also allow the state to share voter information with other states, provided that the effort is not controlled by the federal government. It also allows Florida to share driver's license information with other states. President Trump has made an issue of those who are registered to vote in more than one state, using it as one of the bedrocks of his overall contention that voter fraud is rampant in this country. Also in Tallahassee, Florida teacher unions could be at risk if a new bill passes in the House. According to the Bradenton Herald, the law would require teachers' unions to maintain a 50% membership or risk being decertified. Supporters of the bill argue it'll help the majority, therefore, but union stewards say that if the bill passes, teachers could lose their jobs. Manatee County is still looking for more school bus drivers. According to the Bradenton Herald, there are about 20 slots open still. The shortage is affecting students and workers. In fact, get this, office staff from the district's transportation department are working as emergency substitutes. And in some cases, students are getting late to school. You can apply online on the school district website. For more on this story and breaking news, plus your latest First Alert forecast, we have a new app. Go to the App Store and punch us up under WWSB or My Suncoast. Controversy continues about a memo that could change the course of the investigation into the Russia election meddling probe. Serena Marshall has the story.
As the White House decides if they will release the controversial GOP secret memo. Overnight, the leading Democrat on the House Intelligence Committee tweeted there were material changes to the memo, currently being reviewed by the White House's legal counsel, making it different from the one the House committee voted along party lines to release. The chairman and architect of the memo, Congressman Nunes's spokesman, responded, saying the claim was simply a strange attempt to stop its release, and dismissed the changes as minor edits requested by the FBI and minority. The latest fight as the president's own hand-picked FBI director publicly challenged the White House over the controversial 4-page memo, which purports to show an abuse of authority by the FBI and Justice Department in obtaining a warrant to spy on former Trump campaign advisor Carter Page, suspected of being a Russian agent, saying the Bureau had been given only a limited chance to review the memo and, quote, "We have grave concerns about material omissions of fact that fundamentally impact the memo's accuracy." The FBI's public warning came only after Director Wray and Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein met privately with Chief of Staff John Kelly at the White House Monday to urge the memo remain classified. That warning seemingly ignored. By Tuesday,
let's release the memo. Oh, yeah. Don't worry. 100%.
As of Wednesday, when asked by the media about its potential release,
Mr. President, any response to the FBI?
the president not confirming his plans. The president could block the memo's release, but aides say he favors transparency. Serena Marshall, ABC News, Washington.
President Trump will not take part in the traditional Super Bowl interview this weekend. He turned down NBC's request for a sit-down one-on-one. A pregame interview with the president has become an American tradition in the past decade. When Fox televised the big game last year, President Trump sat down with Fox's Bill O'Reilly at the White House. After 2 years of planning, security in Minneapolis is ready for the big game this weekend. 1,700 federal agents will join more than 60 law enforcement agencies from across Minnesota. They'll be supported by technology, including cargo scanners and high-resolution cameras installed at critical intersections across the cities. All security efforts are being monitored at a top-secret command post as well.
We don't have any credible or specific threat intel, but we will continue to actively monitor channels with our international partners.
We've planned, we've trained, it's game time for us, and we are ready.
Federal agents will also be watching for counterfeit tickets as well, and there will be extra security at the airport to help the rush of travelers before and after the big game between the Patriots and the Eagles. Speaking of eagles, get this, a real-life baby eagle is in good hands today thanks to the help of volunteers in Manatee County. The Wildlife Education and Rehab Center responded to a fallen eagle nest at Manatee Technical College. Rescuers say when they got to the area, they found the eagle chick buried under some branches and its parents circling from above. The chick will now be examined for injury by a veterinarian, and hopefully soon she'll be released back into the wild. Those parents above hovering, so poignant.
Yes.
Can't chase them too far away.
No, sir. They are they're tenacious.
February 1st, the usual chill in the air right now, though.
It is. We're looking at a very nice afternoon, though. A couple of very nice days, and of course, they got this little ball game over the weekend.
I heard about that Sunday.
Yeah, and they could have some few showers around there. We'll talk about that coming up in a few.
Also ahead, first alert traffic and the battle over Charles Manson's remains and his estate continues. We'll have all four sides of this complicated battle. And later in the hour, an app that can help you detect card skimmers nearby. Stay with us. But first, a peek outside of the Rosemary District as we pan toward the water. You are watching Good Morning Suncoast on ABC 7.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Letting my friends online know I was quitting kept me on track.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
I kept on trying, learned something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
No matter how many times it takes.
We did it. You can too.
For free help, visit cdc.gov/tips.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
I owed the IRS $20,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
We saved our home and overcame the most powerful collection agency in the world.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions now.
Call 1-800-565-7740. That's 1-800-565-7740.
Here's something we bet you didn't know. Nearly half of all cancers can be prevented. That's right, half. Nearly 50%, mostly by making small everyday changes in your diet and controlling your weight, walking more, eating less, and eating foods that help you and your family to seriously reduce the risk of cancer. And of course, by not smoking. Visit the Cancer Prevention Together We Can website and get a free 30-day planner filled with tips, recipes, stats, and more about protecting your family. Go to prevent50.org.
Stay connected to your clients and new customers using ABC7 Digital Media Services. Our team of professionals provide a wide array of digital services to help you get the most out of your website. We specialize in building and helping you maintain the most effective digital solutions for your business. It's vital that your online presence stands out, so our experts will equip you with the best resources available. Trust ABC7 Digital Media Services to give you the right tools to grow your business. Now your ABC7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
So I think as we head from the dawn hours into about the 9 a.m. period, we'll see our temperatures rise up into the mid-50s and then carry on under seasonably and mild conditions as we get to the lunchtime hour to about the 70-degree mark, 69 we'll call it, and then top it out in the low 70s, which is seasonable for this time of year, as we then move down into the 60s around sunset time. Should be a beautiful sunset, just a few fair weather clouds around, and certainly no rain in the forecast for today. Currently, we're at 50 degrees. Dew point is at 47, and we have an east wind coming in at about 6. So with that dew point value at 47 and with a few more hours of night left, we could probably see this 50-degree temperature drop down into the upper 40s. We have a future cast going hour by hour through the morning, showing temperatures in the 50s as we head into the morning hour. By lunchtime, we'll be pretty close to the 70 mark in most locations. By pickup time tonight, under mostly sunny skies, we'll generally see temperatures along the coastline in the lower 70s, about where they should be. May even have a few areas in inland locations that'll be in the mid 70s. And then as we head into the evening hour, again, tapering off those temperatures most everywhere into the lower to mid 60s. Bottoming it out overnight into the 50s once again, and with just a little bit of fair weather cloudiness. Nothing that would cause anything in the way of any rain showers for you over the next 24 hours. Rain not in the picture most anywhere across the state of Florida. Really don't see it. Maybe the other coast picks up a spot of isolated drizzle, but really that's about it. A few fair weather clouds streaming by from time to time, high, thin level clouds that really won't produce any rainfall. Should be a beautiful, beautiful day here on the Suncoast under the influence of a big ridge of high pressure. In fact, a lot of the country is going to experience some very pleasant weather. Deep south, all looks good. Atlanta Airport, the Raleigh-Durham Airport hubs for us, all look just fine today weather-wise. A couple of frontal boundaries will be approaching. The first one, due to arrive here probably on Saturday, would generally just fall apart before it ever makes it to us. The whole front kind of just falling apart, and I don't think we'll get any rain out of that one. The second one back to the west will be approaching on Sunday, and that has a better chance of bringing us some rain showers. We'll call it a first alert weather day on Sunday, simply because of the big game and people out on the roadways going to various parties and coming home from parties and whatever, and we could probably see some showers around at that time for your commute home or to the events you might be going to. So mild into the weekend, slight Saturday rain chance, put it at about 20% or so, and then better rain chances, much better rain chances actually for Sunday. Long-range futurecast shows a little bit of fair weather cloudiness for a couple of days, a little chance on a Sunday of a shower, then on Sunday afternoon and evening, the rain shower chances really start to increase. So the forecast looks like this. Beach and boating forecast, southeast wind at about 5 to 10, becoming westerly in the afternoon, but light at about 5 today. Nice at about 72. Tomorrow, Groundhog Day. Be saying that over and over again. And then as we head into Sunday, good chance of showers at about 50%. Again, we'll call it an alert day because of the big game. And then as we head into the next several days thereafter, it is going to be warm next week. Back to you.
All right, thank you, John. Checking first alert traffic now. Some buildup on 301 southbound as you come out of downtown Bradenton. Also a little blip there on State Road 70 in the eastbound lane heading toward the interstate. Checking farther south now in the northern half of Sarasota County. Yeah, there's University loud and clear. We see it westbound lane, some issues there around Whitfield. A little break in the road there. We'll solve that in a little while. Otherwise pretty clear. South County map all clear at 5:15 now on this Thursday morning. Well, if you thought the flu outbreak was coming to an end, think again. The virus is still on the rise nationwide and here on the Suncoast. Our Marla Spence is live now at SMH with some tips. Marla, good morning.
Yeah, Ray, the flu season still a big concern here on the Suncoast. Health professionals here at Sarasota Memorial Hospital say the number of cases have climbed since the beginning of the season. We're told Sarasota Memorial Hospital is managing a higher average volume of flu patients. In the past 3 weeks, the hospital has had 273 patients that tested positive for the flu, and that's about the same number of patients that tested positive between a 6-week period from late November to early January. Now, last year, about 81 people tested positive, so that is a high spike in the flu cases. Now, the flu season will last through April, and health professionals say it's not too late to get the vaccine. Coming up at 5:30, we're going to be digging deeper into the flu medication, Tamiflu, that may be causing some big concerns for parents who have kids who are suffering from the flu. Reporting live in Sarasota, I'm Marla Spence for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you, Marla. Switching gears now at 5:17 onto national news. Charles Manson's relatives are in court battling for his remains and his estate. As ABC's Scott Sheehan tells us, the late serial killer's body has been at the coroner's office now for over 2 months.
I know his spirit's already up in heaven, and and now we get a chance to lay his body to rest.
Today, the man saying he's Charles Manson's grandson and rightful heir says he has a positive view of the cult leader convicted of murder and who spent almost 5 decades behind bars.
A kind, giving person. I think we all have, good and bad in us. It all depends on what we choose to, do.
The battle of who is the legitimate heir and has rights to Charles Manson's remains, name, and estate is waging in Kern County. The lawyer for the coroner's office says hearings like this take place in the county where a person was living or where they died. Since Kern County is closer to Los Angeles than Kings County, the hearing is taking place here in Kern County. Today, 3 different people claim to be the rightful heir: Freeman, his supposed adopted son Michael Bruner, and pen pal Michael Channels.
This is a family situation, so family's stepping up.
The coroner's lawyer also says he asked for a 30-day extension to review both of Manson's wills to see if either one is valid, and also to see if Bruner's adoption impacts his Bruner's rights to be Manson's heir. Both Manson's claimed son and grandson say the cult leader would like his body cremated and scattered in California. While they wouldn't say where, the agreement could lead to a partnership in court.
I'm excited to meet him, spend some time with him, and have a family member right beside me.
Bruner's lawyer says his client is open to working with any legitimate family member for Manson's burial, and they have not discussed whether they will team up with other family members over how to divide Manson's estate.
He just wants to be sure that his portion of anything that happens in Mr. Manson's time on this earth is done in a dignified way if he's responsible for it.
Next hearing is set for March the 7th. Still ahead, Target is launching a same-day delivery service to compete with Amazon. Only customers in parts of Florida and Alabama, though, can take part. And next half hour, we'll show you how you can watch unlimited movies at the theaters for the price of 1 ticket. Stay with us. Those stories and more when we come back.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her so I could call and thank them. And she's doing fine. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
When you fall and cannot get up, an accident can turn into a tragedy. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast. Life Alert saves a person from a catastrophe every 10 minutes.
Life Alert is a lifesaver. If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-652-3012. That's 1-800-652-3012. Call now 1-800-652-3012. For a free brochure, call 1-800-652-3012.
A promise was made, a promise that hit the beaches of Normandy, a vow that captured Iwo Jima, a contract that weathered Tet, a pledge that stormed the desert in Iraq, an IOU that braved IEDs in Kandahar. A promise was made to America's veterans. DAV fights to keep that promise, so all veterans and their families get the benefits and support they earned. For help, visit DAV.org.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate. It's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
Pretty shot there of the U.S. Capitol. Beautiful picture there. Just love it. I could stare at that thing all day. 40 degrees right now in the nation's capital. Chillier there, only about 52 here. We'll have John's forecast and more beautiful live shots this morning on Good Morning Suncoast. Just a reminder, we love seeing your pictures. This is from one of our viewers named Norm Schimmel, who sent us this picture of the sunrise or perhaps the sunset around the Ringling Causeway. Pretty shot there, so send them our way. We've got plenty of addresses to send them toward. You can address it to me at my Facebook page, and I will pass it along to the powers that be. Stephanie and John also have nice websites as well to check out, daily content. We're also on Instagram as well, so stay in touch with you here on Good Morning Suncoast. You can see one movie a day, every day, for $10 a month. MoviePass is a subscription service. To compare, the average cost of a movie ticket across the country is about $9. So if you see 2 movies a month with MoviePass, you save about $8. The CEO of AMC isn't a fan, saying the cost of MoviePass is unsustainable, but MoviePass's CEO says the company is spending money to make improvements in certain areas. Well, people love their viral videos, so much so that they've stopped using Facebook as much as they used to ever since the company tweaked the code that shows less of them on people's news feeds. Mark Zuckerberg described 2017 as a hard year for the company. The Facebook CEO told investors that tweaks made to the site's content has led to a 5% drop in the total amount of time users spend on it. Zuckerberg had already predicted the drop. He previously said the change could lead to a drop in user engagement and time spent on his platform, but he said it would ultimately improve the quality of the user experience. Toyota is announcing a recall of certain Prius and Lexus vehicles. The recall includes model year 2016 Prius and Lexus RX vehicles from model year 2015 and 2016. The airbag system in these cars could be faulty and may not deploy. Toyota says it will notify all known owners by mail starting in March. If you have one of these cars, you can take it to your Toyota or Lexus dealer to have the sensors replaced at no cost. There's a new app that can help you avoid identity theft at the gas station. Skim Plus detects the Bluetooth technology used in card skimmers. You open the app, refresh the page, and the app then searches for any skimmers using Bluetooth within a 100-meter area of your location. The app will also pinpoint the location on a map, so it's easier for you to see where they're located. But you shouldn't rely completely on this app.
This app is something that I would encourage people to consider, although keeping in mind it's not something that's foolproof.
Right now, the app is not available for iPhone users. The developer is working on getting a version for Apple devices in the near future. Target is launching same-day delivery service, but only in certain areas, but that does include Florida. ABC's Candace Gibson and Diane Macedo have details in this morning's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Target's major push into online grocery shopping.
The retailer is testing out same-day delivery starting today at select stores in Alabama and Florida. It's expected to expand through the year, eventually to most locations. And Amazon is giving a sneak peek at Alexa's new voice in a Super Bowl commercial.
Thanks, guys, but I'll take it from here.
The ad features several celebrities, and Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos says employees tell him the smart speaker lost her voice.
Yeah, the new voice is more human-like compared to the current robotic tone. It's Cardi B there.
And Facebook says the amount of time users are spending on the site has dropped for the first time ever.
But CEO Mark Zuckerberg claims it's a good thing. He says he wants to make sure that Facebook is good for the well-being of its users after claims that it can be addictive.
Those are your Tech Bites.
Have a good day.
Tech Bites, brought to you by Wish.com.
On Wish I got a skirt and I got a top. On Wish I got lipstick that always pops. And I got a black jacket that really rocks. On Wish I got a bra and I got a hat. On Wish I got a sweater that suits my cat. And I got some fancy platforms, pumps and flats. No, my heart just sings. On Wish there's amazing things.
Get factory direct deals on amazing things on Wish. Download the Wish app and save.
When heartburn hits, fight back fast with Tums Chewy Bites. Fast relief in every bite. Crunchy outside, chewy inside. Tums Chewy Bites.
With Advil's fast relief, you'll ask, what pulled muscle? What headache? Nothing works faster to make pain a distant memory. Advil Liquid Gels and Advil Liquid Gels Minis. What pain?
Being the caregiver for someone you love is truly a blessing. But sometimes you can lose a part of yourself. To be your best, for them and for you, it's important to have time to be able to recharge your batteries. When you call Tidewell Hospice, they can give you a chance to do just that. And with the peace of mind of knowing your loved one is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Invest in Kids is a $7.5 million project to build a new Boys and Girls Club in South Manatee County. I'm Caleb Grimes, and I was a club kid. It's where I learned important life lessons, leadership, integrity, responsibility, and baseball. Thousands of kids attend the Boys and Girls Clubs, and after years of use, their club is slowly falling apart. Help us invest in kids. Make your donation today.
Thank you.
Our nation's servicemen and women show great courage and leadership, both on and off the battlefield. When they transition to civilian life, they can apply the skills and values they learned in the military to the workplace. That's why the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes is urging employers everywhere to be smart, bet on a vet. Hiring a veteran is also a great way to show your appreciation for them. To learn more, call 1-888-44-SALUTE.
Everything all right?
Actually, you know how Tom had knee surgery? Sure. We found out Brad's been taking his painkillers. And it turns out he's been doing it for a while.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, restaurant guide, and more. Go to mysuncoast.com/dining.
This half hour on Good Morning Suncoast, we're following up on that 911 outage that affected thousands yesterday.
Big concerns for parents. I'm live at Sarasota Memorial Hospital where we're breaking down those side effects and also what health professionals are saying.
How would you feel if somebody took your dog?
And a dog napper caught on camera goes viral. What the family is doing to get their puppy back home. Those stories and more right now on Good Morning Suncoast.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Yes, we are here for you. Good morning. It is February 1st, Thursday. Hello, early risers. I'm Ray Collins. Stephanie Webb is off today. John Scalzi is in place with details of another nice day in the Suncoast, John?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I think we'll top it out just about spot on average for what we'd expect to see at this time of year. We're starting it off a few degrees below our average, a little bit cooler than normal. 50 degrees in Sarasota, 53 in Venice, 54 in Inglewood. Inland temperatures running maybe a degree or two cooler than that, coming in the lower 50s most everywhere. Wauchula at 51, Mayaca at 51. Bradenton comes in even cooler at 50, and so too does Parrish. As we head into the afternoon, though, we'll continue to warm by around 9 o'clock this morning. We'll probably be close to the 50 mark, 55 degree mark by 7, 49, 69 by noon, and by 3 when you're picking up the kids, about 72 degrees. Problems for the morning commute? Well, there are none. It's going to be beautiful out there. Temperatures will be mild both to and from work. You may want to run a heater this morning, but you certainly will probably want to roll the windows down as you come home this afternoon. No rain, fog, wind, or issues with our temperatures out there, right?
All right, very good. Thank you, John. Checking first alert traffic right now. He's right. There are no problems in the morning commute so far. That'll be changing, though. There's a close shot there of University Parkway as we look at the little slowdown there in the eastbound lane around, say, Lockwood Ridge or Tuttle. We'll check farther south now into the South County, skipping right past the northern half of Sarasota County, and that is all clear at 5:32 on your Thursday morning. Our top story. The flu antiviral medication Tamiflu is a big concern for parents this morning after an Indiana teen took his own life just days after taking the medication, and parents of another child say their child experienced hallucinations. Our Marla Spence now joins us from Sarasota Memorial Hospital with a look at those side effects and what health professionals are saying. Marla?
Parents may be a little worried if their child is taking Tamiflu to combat the flu. Now, the Tamiflu medication has been approved for kids as young as 2 years old, although there have been reports of hallucinations allegedly caused by Tamiflu. The company says flu-like symptoms like a high fever, chills, and body aches are the culprit behind increased risk of seizures, confusion, and abnormal behavior. Health professionals say if your child are experiencing any of these symptoms, to keep an eye on them. They say that the flu and all those symptoms is what's causing the seizures and the hallucinations and all of those side effects. They say that it's not directly coming from the medication Tamiflu. Coming up later on today, we're going to be talking to a health professional and a pharmacist on the side effects of the flu and how they have a direct impact on young kids here on the Suncoast. Reporting live in Sarasota, I'm Marla Spence for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you, Marla. At least 7 Florida counties, including Sarasota, Manatee, experienced 911 outages yesterday. The systems in these counties experienced outages for around 3 hours, with the emergency service restored by about 1 o'clock Wednesday afternoon. Officials say the outage occurred because technology from Frontier was knocked offline. There was also a cut in the fiber. Customers were given alternative numbers to call in the event of an emergency.
It definitely makes things a lot more interesting. I mean, we're used to using the our 911 equipment, which is all, very technical, high-tech, state-of-the-art equipment, and we go from that to using just a desk telephone. So we get a lot more limited information on a 911 call than we would otherwise.
But despite these issues, we're told everything still ran smoothly in Manatee and Sarasota counties yesterday. Somebody dropped off a grenade launcher and a live grenade at a Goodwill location in Bradenton. According to the Manatee County Sheriff's Office, the grenade sat at the Goodwill for 3 days before employees found it. Deputies disposed of the active grenade by putting it in a hazmat locker, and the grenade launcher is now under their custody. The Bradenton Herald says it was originally sent to the Goodwill in Bradenton, but employees didn't know what it was, so they sent it to the Goodwill Minnesota Bargain Barn before the cops were finally called. A garbage truck driver is dead, 6 others injured after a train carrying members of Congress crashed yesterday in Virginia. The politicians were going from Washington to West Virginia for their annual policy retreat. 3 GOP lawmakers who are doctors offered first aid to victims. The National Transportation Safety Board is on the scene.
We expect this to take several days of on-scene work, followed by months back at headquarters.
The NTSB says one of their focuses is the intersections where the crash happened. A recent study found that these crossings where a railroad and a road meet saw an average of nearly 6 incidents per day in 2017. Smoking in a car with a child could soon be illegal in Alabama. Other parts of the country already have similar laws, and Alabama is the latest to consider it. The goal is to protect children from the dangers of secondhand smoke. Some smokers' rights advocates say it's another restriction of their rights.
Anyone who's in the car gets exposed to such high levels of tobacco smoke. And that's really what is so concerning, to have that exposure in those very enclosed spaces.
Well, the bill still has a way to go in Alabama, but 8 other states and Puerto Rico already have a similar bill in law. 2 men will serve time in federal prison for attempting to steal hundreds of sea turtle eggs near Vero Beach. Both men were convicted of 2 counts of transporting sea turtle eggs for the purpose of sale, and they'll serve 7 months each in jail. According to Florida Fish and Wildlife, the men were caught by a concerned citizen who then called police. They were arrested for transporting more than 200 eggs to South Florida. The recovered eggs were relocated by marine biologists in hopes that some of them will still hatch. Well, you've heard of package pirates, but how about puppy pirates? A 7-month-old puppy named Zoe was snatched right out of her front yard in Denver, and the owner of the house caught the whole thing on tape. The surveillance video shows the little 7-month-old puppy on the front sidewalk right there. Now watch this. A package at the family's front door. You see a black extended cab Chevy Silverado drive by right to left. It makes a U-turn and comes back.
How would you feel if somebody took your dog, took it away from your kids? It's not a good thing to do.
I mean, we love this dog, we love Zoe, and we want her back and safe.
The owner posted the video to Facebook, which now has more than 500,000 views. They're hoping somebody will help get their dog back. Back in this area, good news for high-end shoppers. Louis Vuitton is now offering a store at the mall at UTC. The high-end retailer is best known for its handbags marked with LV. It is coming soon to the mall's online website directory. Bags typically sell for upwards of $1,000. This is the chain's only store in the Sarasota and Bradenton area. A number of local workplaces have made a national list for best places to work for commuters. Sarasota County government has made the list of the 2018 best workplaces for commuters. Also on the list, City of Sarasota, Ringling College, and SMH in Bradenton. Department store Bell's also made that list as well. Under a bill passed by the Florida House, state workers may soon no longer be able to make charitable contributions through their paychecks. The House voted to permanently eliminate the state's annual fundraising drive. Supporters of the move say there is no need to have an official fundraising drive because state workers can give money online now, while opposition says the state's charitable campaign boosted worker morale. For more on this story and others, check out our new app. Go to the App Store and look for WWSB or My Suncoast. If you're taking the bus this weekend in Manatee County, MCAT is changing routes on Saturday due to the Bradenton Area River Regatta. The annual event will close down the North County connection. A shuttle bus will run from the downtown Bradenton Transit Station and the Palmetto Transit Station. There will also be interrupted service on 8th Avenue West in Palmetto all day on Saturday. Should be fun, the annual regatta. We'll check the forecast for that, and also first alert traffic as well. And hand sanitizer over soap. Which one really works better, and what will help keep you from getting sick? We'll have that story and more in Health Smart. And Bruno Mars' father says his son wants to branch out of the music industry. What Papa Mars says Bruno's next career move could be after this. It is 5:40 right now. You're watching Good Morning Suncoast on ABC 7.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her so I could call and thank them. And she's doing fine. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
When you fall and cannot get up, an accident can turn into a tragedy. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast. Life Alert saves a person from a catastrophe every 10 minutes.
Life Alert is a lifesaver. If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-652-3012. That's 1-800-652-3012. Call now, 1-800-652-3012. For a free brochure, call 1-800-652-3012.
Every week on Animal Outtakes, it's a new adventure. From meeting curious lemurs to feeding big cats and hosing down rhinos, there's never a dull moment. And sometimes these amazing animals chime in. Tune in to Animal Outtakes to find out what they have to say. Watch Animal Outtakes every week on ABC 7.
I love taking care of my mom. It wasn't easy at first. She learned how to better communicate her needs. And you learned how to not ignore yours. I discovered how to make healthier meals. And I discovered how much I enjoyed them.
Becoming a caregiver is a learning experience for everyone. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights. Meteorologist John Scalzi.
So we'll watch our temperatures, which are running slightly below average right now, climb into the mid-50s by the time we hit the 9 o'clock hour. By 12 noon, they'll be up in the 60s, near 70 in fact. And then as we head into the afternoon, we'll top it off in the lower 70s, about where we should be for this time of year, tapering off into the 60s by 7 o'clock tonight. All in all, we're looking at a nice start to the day with a 50-degree air temperature. We may shave a degree off of that as we head into the next couple of hours, But for the most part, I think we're about in the ballpark of where we're going to be this morning for a nighttime low. Dew point value coming in at 47, east wind coming in at about 6, fairly clear skies out there. Hour by hour futurecast taking you through the morning to around noontime shows temperatures that are generally everywhere coming in the near 70-degree mark. And then as we head into this evening, I think it should be a pretty nice commute home. Winds will be shifting. They'll be coming in initially out of the east. They'll be moving to the west as we head into the afternoon and then eventually swing back to the north. Temperatures in the low 70s for the commute home, into the upper 60s. And then as we head into the evening hours, expect low to mid 60s with not much in the way of any kind of inclement weather. Fairly clear skies. It should be a beautiful sunset as we head into tomorrow morning. Again, A-OK. Maybe a few fair weather clouds perhaps, but other than that, temperatures will be even warmer than they are this morning by about another 5 degrees. And again, I see no rain in the forecast right straight through, probably until the weekend. We're looking at quiet conditions on radar across the state. A few fair weather clouds may stream by from a system back to the west. But other than that, the nation, for the most part, is seeing some pretty quiet weather right now. We've got some mild temperatures up the eastern corridor, the Atlanta airport, Raleigh-Durham airport, all look fine for your commute if you're traveling by plane today. Or not commute, but your travels, I should say. Back to the Pacific Northwest, we still have some showers and ongoing situation there with rainfall and snow showers at higher elevations, but most of the country, as I mentioned, is fine. High pressure, our dominant weather feature, will slightly give way to an approaching frontal boundary, but this front will lack moisture and basically fall apart before it ever brings us too much in the way of any rainfall chance. We'll put in a slight chance of a Sunday or Saturday shower, but our best chance over the weekend will come Sunday with the approach of a secondary front still back to the west. So mild temperatures into the weekend, a slight Saturday rain chance, and then we'll look for better chances of rain on Sunday. In fact, significantly better. Long-range futurecast with this computer model shows that by the time we get into Sunday afternoon and into the evening hours, rain showers will encompass a lot of the central part of Florida. However, that said, there is still discrepancy amongst computer models. Some computer models showing this rain mass basically falling apart before it ever makes it to us. So confidence is a little shaky in terms of the Sunday forecast. But I think it's safe to say that we'll probably get a little bit of rain around here on Sunday, and there's the potential for some periods of heavier rain. Southeast wind at 5 to 10, becoming west this afternoon at about 5. Should be a nice day for boating. By the way, if you're in that Bradenton Regatta on Saturday, the winds will be picking up just a little bit. 72 degrees today. Friday, look for 73. Groundhog Day tomorrow. I said it twice. I'll say it over and over again throughout the broadcast. Saturday, about a 20% chance of an isolated shower. That's it. Sunday, much better chance, 50% chance of showers lingering into the evening. It's an alert day because of Super Bowl and people on the roadways and the chance of showers. And then the next week, after a brief dip in the temperatures, we'll warm. Back to you, Ray.
All right, good to hear. Thank you, John. Looking for some warm weather around here again, please. Checking first alert traffic right now. Same old buildup right there on 301 southbound as you leave downtown Bradenton. Otherwise pretty clear in Manatee County. Checking the northern half of Sarasota County, specifically on University Parkway. Don't worry, the road does continue right through there. Pavement has not been removed. The westbound lane, some delays there around Whitfield. The rest of Sarasota County, so for example, Fruitville and Bee Ridge and Clark Roads, we'll check next hour. But for now, there's the lower half of Sarasota County. Nothing much to speak of at 5:48 on your Thursday morning. In this hour's Health Smart, new technology is helping cancer patients with their radiation treatment. It involves using a 3D printer to stop the spread of breast cancer. It's a one-of-a-kind technique being used in a hospital in Kansas. Doctors use the printer to create a scale version of the tumor, and they use that model to decide how much radiation to give the patient.
Acts like another layer of tissue and helps to deposit the dose exactly where we want it.
A cancer center in Colorado inspired the idea for the new equipment, and donors help the hospital pay for it. People suffering from the flu will take anything to get over their problems, but which remedy actually works? Well, let's start with the debate between hand sanitizer over soap and water. Well, doctors say soap and water are better because you actually create friction that gets the germs off your hands. Now, if hand sanitizer is the only option you have, make sure it has alcohol content of 60% or above. And what about medications over the counter like Tamiflu?
That is very effective if it's taken within the first 48 hours of onset of symptoms.
Now, there's one more thing. Some think potatoes in socks help. Doctors say they don't know where that myth began, but it's not effective. I've never heard that before. And also, antibiotics will not help cure the flu. Entertainment news now. Bruno Mars' father couldn't be more proud of his Grammy Award-winning son. He couldn't go to the event in New York on this past weekend, but he says that Bruno texted him with updates the entire evening. So what's next for the 32-year-old singer? His father says he's looking to branch out into the world of acting. 5:50 right now. You're going to look live at a shot of Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C. 40 degrees there right now, about 53 here in Sarasota. We'll have our local news headlines after this.
Being the caregiver for my husband is truly a blessing, but sometimes it's easy to lose a part of myself. To be my best, for him and for me, it's important to have time to be able to recharge. When I called Tidewell Hospice, they gave me the chance to do just that. They helped me find the time to care for myself, all the while with the peace of mind of knowing my husband is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
You don't want to miss the annual Venice Orchid Show and Sale February 3rd and 4th at the Venice Community Center. It is the largest orchid show on Florida's west coast with thousands of blooming orchids on display and for sale. You'll also find orchid growing supplies, artwork, jewelry, accessories, and free classes. Make plans now to attend the Venice Orchid Show and Sale February 3rd and 4th at the Venice Community Center. Go to vaos.org online for more details.
I witnessed him have 2 heart attacks in ICU. He went through seizures.
We'd much rather have Aaron like this than dead. A lot of parents don't have that luxury.
He can't talk. He can't walk. This is a condition Aaron will live with for the rest of his life because he abused prescription pills.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Hi, I'm Janelle Hale, founder and CEO of the National Breast Cancer Foundation. No one should face breast cancer alone. When I was diagnosed 36 years ago, there was no internet, and I had to make a decision with little information. Early detection saved my life. It could save yours too. To learn what every woman needs to know about breast cancer, visit nbcf.org/hope.
I am the resident district manager on the FAU campus for Chartwell. Whenever I see Haley, I do not see a person with a disability. I see a person with extraordinary abilities. Haley is always smiling. She's always on time. She gives fantastic customer service and is always focused on any job that she's given.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
When it comes to drinking, what do you think moderation is? The U.S. Dietary Guidelines define moderation as up to 1 drink a day for women and up to 2 drinks a day for men. So what's a drink? The guidelines say a drink equals 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, or a cocktail with 1.5 ounces of distilled spirits. Each contains the same amount of alcohol. Like to learn more? Visit drinkinmoderation.org.
Army National Guard soldiers serve to give back to their country and their community. Their part-time commitment qualifies them for benefits such as health and life insurance, education benefits, and retirement and VA home loan benefits. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more.
There's a live picture of the downtown Sarasota area off in the distance. Looking over the Salvation Army there in the lower right corner of your screen. Some activity there this morning. on 10th Street. It is 5:54. Temperatures right now in the 50s. John's forecast just a few minutes away. Here are some of the headlines making news today on this Thursday morning, February 1st. 911 service is back online today. Some issues with Frontier knocked out service yesterday to Sarasota, Manatee, and several other Gulf Coast counties. If you ride the public bus in Manatee County, some routes will be changing this weekend. The annual River Regatta will shut down the DeSoto Bridge over the Manatee River. And look at this in Denver. Surveillance video caught a man stopping the car to steal a family dog sitting on the front sidewalk. The owners are trying to get this viral video out there to help track down the puppy napper. This is going on in Denver, Colorado. 2 U.S. senators are calling on the federal government to do something to improve the housing markets here in Florida. We'll have more on that next hour at 6. We'll have more news right here on Good Morning Suncoast. Stay with us.